Hey there! Today I'm going to show you how to create a seamless repeat pattern on Procreate. We are going to be creating a half drop pattern. I'll just open Procreate for that and I'll go to my illustration. So this is a Christmas illustration that I have already made. I'm going to create a duplicate copy of this so that I don't spoil the original one. So we'll just select duplicate. And I'm just going to rename it as pattern. So I have my pattern here. I have a number of layers and I have a background layer. What I'm going to do is deselect the background layer and merge all the remaining layers. Yeah. So now I have the top layer, which is layer 3, which has all the clip arts, and I have a background layer. The reason I did not merge the background layer is because if I want to take any of these objects and move them around, I can just use the select tool, select it and move it around freely. So now I'm going to group my layer 3 and my background layer. Just going to group them. I can have the background visible. I can have the background layer visible now. After grouping them, I need the guide. So I'm going to go to settings, canvas, drawing guide. I'm going to switch it on and I'm going to edit the drawing guide. And it's going to be a 2D grid. And the size of the grid is going to be 1/4 of the size of your image. So my image right now is 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels. So the size of my grid is going to be 3000 divided by 4, which is 750 pixels. And I'm just going to change the color of the grid so that it becomes more visible. Done and done. So I have my grid here. I have a group in which there is the clip art layer and the background layer. Now I'm going to duplicate this group first before I make any changes to the first group. So duplicate. I can keep this visible or invisible, the new group that I've made. That's completely up to you. So now I'm going to select the top group, select it, and what I need to do is bring this part, the right part of this image, on the left hand side of the grid. So just watch while I do that. Yeah. And if you have the magnetics on, it just becomes easier as your image will slide on a line. And we need to bring this point should touch the center of the grid. Yeah. And just to make sure that we're doing it correctly, I'm going to press the select tool, keep it pressed and zoom in. And as you see, there is a lot of difference between the actual center point and the place where I have placed it. So I'm going to turn off the magnetics and place it correctly. Yes, that looks fine. This has to be done with a lot of precision. I can actually select the background as well so that you can see clearly. Okay, so this is the first part of my image. Now we'll go to the layer that we had duplicated, or the group that we had duplicated. I'm going to make it visible, select it and move it to the right. So again, magnetics on so that it slides on one line. Now again, I'm going to press the select tool and zoom it in and align this center dot with the center of the grid. So I'll just zoom. I have to make sure that no white part is visible. That looks fine. So we have the first part. Now, because I am creating a half drop pattern, I need the group on the right hand side. I'm just going to rename this as right so that I don't get confused, and this as left. So my group on the right hand side, I need to duplicate it. And I need to bring one group on top. So the lower part will come on top and the topmost part will come down. So just watch. I have selected the top layer, the topmost right layer. Select and bring it up. Again, I need to align it. This needs to be done with a lot of precision, because if this goes wrong, your pattern will have these marks, or the patterns won't match each other. It'll just look untidy. So here I have the dot on the dot, almost there. Yeah. Now the last one, the lower right layer, I have to select it and bring it down. Again, the same thing. Now see, if you unselect it and reselect it, you're going to lose. And even this is not matching. So we need to make sure that all of it is aligned. This takes a while, but once you practice, you get it. And then it happens quickly. Okay, so we have this image. I am going to now switch off the grid. Just check once for any white lines or any things. Look fine. I'm going to share it as an image, as a JPEG. Save image. Now I'm going to gallery. I'm going to go to gallery and open a new canvas. So open a new canvas. I have selected a 3000 by 3000 pixel canvas, and now I'm going to import the image that I just saved. So go to settings, add, insert a photo, recents, and here I have my Santa picture. Now again I'm going to use the grid the same way I used last time. So I need the drawing guide, edit drawing guide. Drawing guide size will be 750 pixels and the color will be something a little more visible. Done. Now I'm going to need 5 layers of this kind to create my pattern. So I'm going to duplicate it 5 times, and as I keep placing these layers, I'm going to keep renaming them. Otherwise it gets quite confusing to have 5 different layers named layer 1. So I've selected the topmost layer. I'm going to use the select tool to select it. Now I need to make sure that my magnetics is turned on, because I am going to snap this image to a 50% size. So basically half of its size, like that. So I have it at the bottom left corner. So I'm just going to rename this layer as bottom left. Go to the next layer, do the same thing, bring it on the top left. Rename top left. Once you've done this, you can just zoom in at the place where the 2 layers are meeting and check if there is any mismatch. So if you see, the Santa clothes are matching perfectly, and here this line is also matching perfectly. So our repeat pattern has been created. Fine. We go to the next layer, again do the same thing, snap it to a 50%. Now this layer is at the bottom right, but if you see, it does not match with the image on its left side. This is because we have created a half drop pattern. So this layer is going to come here, and I need to again use the same method, keep the select tool selected, zoom in completely and place the dot right on the drawing guide. If you see, now it Now it matches here perfectly. Here as well. Which means a pattern has come out. Correct. And I'm going to just name this as right middle. Right middle or right center. Sorry. And now I'll go to the next layer, snap it to 50% again. Now, again, if you see, there is a mismatch between the bottom layer and this layer. So I'm going to select this layer and bring it down. I'll just show it to you after zooming out so that you can clearly see what is happening. Select, bring it down, and select and bring it down. Hold the select button or the tool and zoom in. And align this with a lot of precision. You can turn off the magnetics here if you're not getting the perfect spot with it on. Slight difference. This looks okay. Now again, if you see, these two are aligned. Now we go to the last layer. I can rename this as right bottom. And we go to the last layer, which will become the right top. So I have to bring it here, snap it to 50%. Now see, if the magnetics is not turned on, you will not be able to snap your picture to 50%. So I need to turn on the magnetics and then, yeah, snap. Okay, select it again and bring it to the top. Hold on to the select tool, zoom in and align it. And yay, here you have the pattern. Just rename it as top right. And this is our pattern which is ready. I'm going to switch off the drawing guides. And yay, can't wait for Christmas. Share image as JPEG. Save image. And now you can go to your photo gallery and view it. Here you have your Christmas theme, and you know I have created these in different colors already, so I'm excited. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.